there was a public outcry of late following reports that there was a cancellation of many flights to the Gambia, particularly those bringing in tourists to the country due to the unsanitary condition at the Banjul International Airport. However, these have been denied by the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. Complaints lodged against the airport authorities included, of course, dizziness at the airport as a result of the absence of proper air conditioning and lack of waste bins, and the $20 levied on passengers. Mafuji Sise went along to the Banjul International Airport on Tuesday, and he sends in this report.
A few weeks ago, reports emerged that flights to the Gambia were being cancelled because the airport was looking dirty. This naturally sparked a backlash from the public who were expecting the beginning of the 2022-2023 tourist season. The authorities have claimed to have sorted out the problem and that flights to Banjul have already resumed. Well, to get to find out what the issue really was, I have been speaking to Lamin Diba, spokesperson of the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority, Gcaa. Lamin says following an inspection by tour operators to Banjul, they noticed that the residential area of the airport was dirty. The inspectors thought the dirt on the environment could be a source of attraction to birds wanting to fend for food, but he says can cause crash or cause trouble for aircraft, and it was for these reasons that waste bins were removed as part of efforts to bring sanity back to the airport.
The first observation on visit was the Titan. Titan sent a team because they're interested in flying Banjul as a destination during the tourist season. So when they came, some of those observations were by Titan. But TUI also, being a regular flight here, came in and found that most of these things that were observed had already been taken care of. So it's in the interest of the public to understand that Gcaa is up and au fait with these things and has taken care of all these things. Effectively, I would have loved to take you around, but I know the pictures are somewhere, the videos are already on social media. You could pick them and people will see that all these things that have been said have been taken care of. And actually the story about the airport being dirty is in the airport. It's in the internal perimeter. It is the external perimeter. In aviation, what could happen on the outside could impact negatively on what will happen on our runway. And that is why when they spoke about the airport being dirty, they did not talk about the airport perimeter. They're talking about the catchment area dump sites that exist. And these are concerns. We've taken care of this in close collaboration with the area council. When they made those concerns, they said if by this particular date, before that date, within a week, all the observations were taken care of and everything was raised to the ground, the dump sites no more exist, so there is no reason for them to cancel. They have not canceled. I can show you the flight plan. For the weekly flight plan, you should TUI, you will see Titan. So none of those flights have been cancelled. So you want to tell the public, the concern has been taken care of.
On the issue of the lack of proper air conditioning in the waiting rooms, departure and arrival lounges, which also form part of the issues raised by tour operators, Lamin Diba had this to say.
On the side of the cooling system, I think that's another observation that over the months. But I can tell you effectively that now, that is no more the issue. Since management has realized that our central cooling system requires more energy, more current than we have, electricity than we have now, it has gone to a second stage, contingency stage, to make sure that we have stand-alone generators at arrival and departure, where people are more concentrated and more time is spent. So I will take you there, evidently, to go and see in evidence how these things are, so that at least people will know that we are investing money in making sure there is convenience, service convenience at the airport. Because for us, service convenience, excellence of service is pivotal, it's paramount in our dispensation of our duty as operator of this airport. So thank you very much. I will be very happy to say two things. The bad issue on waste management has been taken care of. No flight has effectively cancelled. And the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority and the Area Council have effectively formed a bond going forward to make sure there is an effective waste management system for the communities around the airport, Lamen, New Yundum, Olinu in particular, so that we don't have an instance where these are going to be questioned anymore.
Another area that caught the attention of the tour operators was the tarmac light system said to be damaged and not replaced. Mr. Diba insisted that the lights are good and cannot be seen in daylight, but only at night.
The lighting system has a time that you put them on. You put lights when darkness approaches. So whoever must have gone there in the morning, you don't expect lights to be on in the morning. Those lights are supposed to be approach lights to aid landing of the aircraft. So we use them when there is a need. So if you go there when there is no need to put the lights on, effectively we don't have the lights on, just like our street lights. Who finds the street light on during the day? You don't. But if you come here from 7 onwards, when it's dusk and the night is coming in, you'll effectively see that all the lights are on. There is no faulty light on the air side.
Despite Lamin Diba's claim that things are fine at the airport, one noticed that the air conditioning isn't enough and that this place is far cried from what is expected of an airport of international standards. The immigration personnel here do with ceiling fans to be able to perform their duties. Along the tarmac, one can see long grasses all over the places. This will soon dry up and if not clear in time, could pose a security threat in the event of an outbreak of fire. Flights might have resumed, but obviously there is still a lot more to be done at the airport to improve comfort and safety. Mafuji Cisse, Eyeafrica News.